Alright. Alright, good. Audio's working. Sorry. I was trying to take care of some spammers on the on the one thing. There's my headphones. Haha! Should have known when I couldn't hear the music. There we go. Alright. Gosh. I just feel like I'm adjusting this webcam. It's like I keep bumping it, keep messing with it. I don't know why. I also need to reposition myself, so anyways. There we go. Hi. Welcome. This is the first time I've been able to sit down and actually draw today. I've been doing so many other things to lead up to this. Because, you know, in August 7th, Really Cool Comic-Con's happening. So, there's that. And then there's the enamel designs. My goodness. Really? Where's... Ah, there's the cloth. Yeah, sorry. Thought I'd done everything and didn't even realize I could barely see. But, yes, Really Cool Comic-Con. And, of course, the enamel pin designs that I have finished. And... great news. They're being made now. So, it's a matter of time before they actually arrive. Of course, I've just gotten them to start on it after a few days back and forth on email, trying to really dictate how can we get the sword to work. So that was kind of a big deal, but we're back on track. All right. Oh my gosh, I can see better. That's amazing. I am still looking for, because I thought I'd organized this well enough, and I guess I didn't. Oh, that's because I was terrible and saved it to the desktop in the most obvious of places. Of course I would do that. Alright, so... I have 3 of which I am working on, and the saddest part, one of them I forgot the punchline to, and I can't seem to find it. And it's like, I thought I wrote all my notes in on these. Nope. Nope. Here's clearly one that I was working on, and I'm looking at it's like, wow, these first 4 frames, they look really nice. Where's the punchline? Where's the point of it going in the first place? Couldn't remember. Still can't remember as I'm sitting here staring at it. So I'm a terrible person, because I'm forgetting my own things. You know, that's just how it is. Eventually the punchline may come back to me. I don't know. But that's part of working through some of these. Is that I had a new idea just the other day, and that's mainly, you know, it's because because, you know, the best thing to do is just keep absorbing everything until you finally get another idea. And one of which was just a funny one, to the point where seeing all the ads for everyone that's like to get vaccinated and everything like that. I remember watching a YouTube short, and it was completely strange and weird, and then just at the last like few seconds they said get vaccinated. And that was like any, like, was it crazy commercial you might find that suddenly just like, there's the punchline, there's what you're trying to get at. So one of which was my own little version of it. I only drew a partial frame, so I don't know which one I'll work on. I think I'm going to continue storyboarding the eyes, or the eclipse one. I think it's funny. It's to the point. It's not overly over the top in any way. but it's silly enough. Alright, well, then let's just get into it. Haha, blank screen. And yes, if you can see the new little feature in that up far corner, over all the way over there. If you follow, you're gonna be subjected to being on the screen at some point. That's just how it is now. So thank you, Jessa Marie. You're the latest one to follow on the Facebook page, no less. So this is doing the follows from Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube, I believe. Pretty sure it's just Twitch and YouTube, or Twitch and Facebook, I can say for sure. So, if you like your name featured, by all means, hit follow, subscribe. It might show up there, especially if you're on YouTube watching. But it's showing the latest one, and that's from a few days ago. You know, slow and steady. That's how this works. But I want to get some more of the Ging Snap storyboarding done, because I still have quite a bit. And my goodness, having to fuss over the pin design, because I was very particular on how I wanted it, is really put things a bit behind. But we don't. Not all great plans go as we expect. So first frame. Third frame, and then I was working on the 5th, and then I need the 6th. So we'll just continue on working with this one, and yeah, Aspiring Ninja is one of them, and then a joke Ging Snap idea is to get vaccinated. I might show that one a bit later, but I'm really gonna try to hash through these last 2 frames here that I know I want. What it is that I'm looking for. A nice lovely red. That's odd. That box shouldn't show up over there, but it does. Okay. Okay. The right frame. So my eyes. This is also, again, just I'm really trying to storyboard these out so I get these ideas down, and that's why Aspiring Ninja, I was very sad. It's like, I think I missed the last frame for what it was, because I have somebody out of focus, and it's like, if I had only drawn what that was supposed to be, I would have gotten my thing. So in this case, I need to think of another punchline for that one, because otherwise, like, I got a good lead in, I got quite a bit of it done, I just didn't draw the final frame. So if anything, don't do that to yourself. Complete the idea, or have a bunch of sticky notes to have the idea completed, because that's another thing. Is like, I can't find the notebook that it was written in, and I bet you it's because it's not normally on me. Because right now I have 2 notebooks, one for like all these weird notes, everything I write, and then one of which for a comic book idea that I said I'm gonna finish this. So I'm going to write it a little bit at a time. So I keep drawing a circle. Let's go into the head. So, do I want this straight on? Probably not. I think it's better to throw some expression into this. So then, let's make sure that the head is tilted. So in this case, he is definitely in pain, and this guy is. So there's the eyes, but he's going to be covering them. Definitely. Not gonna right click for me? There you go. Do. Come on, longer arm. And then we can have a nice. This way it gives me some shape and idea of how I'm doing the fingers over the eyes. And yes, I am using triangles. Triangles are just nice. So it's fairly similar, calling back to the second frame, or just Ginger's in the back there. So I am going to just grab it, because he's not moved, he's just relaxing. Again, storyboards are meant to just quick, to the point. Do him on a separate layer. I need to make the deselect of quick button on this screen, but it is not currently. Oh, well that's fine. Saving document, but that's not what I meant to. It's not the button I meant. There we go. Yeah, it's sad that it only works one way. I should actually fix that wheel. All these presettings. And one of the things I need to keep working on is using Blender. And actually, I was kind of curious about using the ink. What was it? Oh my gosh. The oil pencil? I think it's oil pencil. You can draw three-dimensionally with it. Like, that is incredible. So, I might actually try to do a comic utilizing three-dimensional design just to really mess with the whole idea. Because, I mean, this is just the life through perspective of a ginger, after all. I feel like I know enough from a ginger's point of view. Aw, did I really draw those on the wrong layer? I did. So just filling them out. Okay. And why are you on top? I do not know. You should be on top. And that's not needed. Uh-oh. Oh, it's because I made another layer after I pasted the layer, because it didn't actually paste it to that layer. But anyways. So I have the idea. It's got the curly hair. Throw that on top. Oh, the opacity. I mean, I could start fleshing them out a bit more. I feel like the chest is collapsed. So, what can we do to fix that? I want to open up this body. Feel the pain, feel the struggle. See, this is too straight down. I need it this way. Okay. Let's do that. That's what we should do then. Draw it as you should see it. There, I think that was where I was getting. The elbows are just too close together. Well, like, should I have more action? Should I have his head back? Because this is a big action thing, and all I have is like a straight-on view on my little post-it note. So now it's trying to figure out like, well, let's express this expression. Well, then let's draw another one. How about that? We're gonna remove you. So we got this one. So throw the head back then. Yeah, that's not close enough. We need... That's more like it. And maybe even... Just feel the need that his shoulders should be opened. I mean, I could take a snapshot of myself, because a lot of times I'm drawing this visual board not necessarily from reference, but just from what my mind thinks is appropriate. I like to think I have a pretty good head on my shoulders. Of course, I feel like I'm tilting you way too far back there, buddy. See, now this has more emphasis than this curling up. You're like, ah, that's more of like I'm sad crying. The feeling with the head back has more of a more of like an outrage, or more of like, ah, I've just ruined my eyes. So that already has quite a bit more feeling, and I like the mid shot. Now, I do like what I've done with this. This is an establishing shot. This is a little bit more, and I'm even thinking that it would be better to even do it further back. Instead of have him and the second person in frame already to establish the whole situation. And that is important, and that is something I thought after the fact. So I will be going back to this frame 1, shrinking him up, and then drawing in the other character as a means, and then possibly fleshing out some of the idea of what the background looks like. Because I'm trying to keep background simple. It's not really the biggest highlight, but I do want you to know that they could be out on the beach. They could be they could be somewhere, anywhere, on the back porch of some place. Just need to narrow it down, but make a better establishing first frame, so it can then be developed and go, I know what we're doing. See, that kind of stuff. Proper storytelling. Alright, I do like this one a lot more. He's got quite a bit more emphasis on the feeling in it. Kind of a wonky perspective, but it's supposed to be a shoebox. The idea was that this is what he was supposed to use. Look at the eclipse. But obviously, he let it go. Some emotion. Yeah. And of course, there's a hole. There's a hole. I'm not exactly sure. I should probably go look it up real quick. How does this box work? Because actually, the only time I've ever looked through an eclipse myself is actually through a camera that has a filter. And I wasn't looking directly at it. I was looking at the camera screen because I have a little flip out version. So I was able to flip it out while I just looked at it through that. No direct eye contact. And yes, it had a filter on it purposely to keep it dimmer, so the camera itself, so it wouldn't blow out and get a nice picture. Gosh, it has been a while since I've even looked at those. I should probably pull them out. I have a bunch of photography I have yet to show off in any capacity. Mainly always took it just for fun, but... Alright, stop fixing a box. So, like I said, there's the original. Let's crumple them up downward. I'm thinking, no, let's open it up. So he's like flipping the box away as he's trying to go, I've just ruined my eyes. There we go. I like it. We won't destroy this one. We'll keep it because, you know, we keep notes. Now we have Ginge in there again. And let's see. Can we frame them up a bit better? Get to the extreme end of that. Because maybe I can reframe number 2. Oh, that's right. That's why it's like, why is it so? Because... Yep, let's have Nathan. Now, I have not established grid lines, and I think I'm going to actually do that right now. A lot of that point is so I get a better understanding of how far away these two are. And one of the things I didn't do is like, because I was drawing it right from my notes, is that I didn't take the proper step at actually establishing how this whole scene is set up. So, given that, I could take the opportunity now, especially because now I have a better idea of the perspective, idea of each shot. So, actually, I can do this. How big of the area do I just want? Because I'm thinking this is outdoor, obviously. So we gotta... I'm really eyeballing. And we can always change it as we go along, so it's... And I'm kind of putting the vanishing point up that way. These are not in any way perfect. It's trying to make it a cutout. So I want to just establish them that way? Nah. I feel like I'm trying to be lazy about it. Now what I'm trying to do is I'm saying, like, is that where the... No. I don't think that's where the other end of the beach is. So... yeah. Other end of the beach. So we're at our character side, which is I'm establishing they're there. The other side of the beach ends there. So that's where everything should vanish to. I could make this very flat and try to just establish some idea. But these are very rough. I'll do another. Should be about there. So as we can see, my vanishing point has quite a bit going on. So everything should vanish off to that point because that's the other side of the beach. Because I'm establishing this is where they stand. So they're... should really measure it out, but I'm not. This is where cracking out Illustrator can be kind of help. You can just go, hey, I'm just going to use your perspective tools. Because again, I'm eyeballing this. Wait. I am... It's not exactly perfect. Line across. To shift we go. Yeah, let's make one more. So like I said, I want an establishing shot. So I'm gonna have Gent will obviously be on this. Trying to use the confines of the this first little, just kind of like, hey, this is some waves. Do I have him standing facing Ginge first, or do I have him looking out across the water? Now, of course, this is all night as well. That's another big thing. And they don't have a fire going because, you know, clearly that'd be hurtful. Oh, I do have another idea. I wrote down just 2 frames as a one. So even shorter. Always playing with length, seeing like, well, I make really short ones, the short ones. Again, which way do I want his body to be facing? Again, outward, inward, 3/4, one direction. All the fun stuff of storyboarding out an idea. That works. So then this also shows that this guy's got heads should be bigger. underneath a little bit of sand, you know, because, you know, I'm showing. I like the feet placement, but it doesn't quite fit the body for some odd reason. Is he literally trying to shift his weight over there? My gosh. It's like I drew the body to do one action, I drew the legs to go, you know what I really want this to be. I really did like think two different thoughts. Terrible of me. Oop, I just sliced right into the head. It's only because like I realized I have waves, oh no. Maybe I should rethink that upper body. Just stay there. Am I erasing or something? It's because of the selection. That's right, this is why I need to make it a quick key on the screen here. Nope, that arm's too high. Really did mean to make these waves on a separate layer, but oh well. That works. Like looking down at the water. I should also then, if I'm gonna do that to him, he should be pulled into the... crap. Let's pull him more into the frame. He's definitely the closest character. Actually, you know what? Just cause. Delete that one. Now, one of the big things I need to start doing is making sure I can produce this quickly enough. Because that was one of the things that was eating me up beforehand. Was not making it quick and easy for myself. Oh, that's why. I was like, wait a second, there's gotta be something. It's because it's trying to save on me. Do a save as. Okay. There we are. So as you can see, like my first idea of like, hey, this is the action, is like, no, it's not. I'm clearly not sticking to certain actions that well. Does he really have to hold it underneath him like that? Can he just kind of hold the box? Where would you hold a box? Is he holding a box? Where does this arm want to be? What does he want to show? What is he trying to say? What is he trying to establish? Mm-hmm. Now I suddenly have to figure out the purposes. What is he doing standing up? Obviously he's getting ready to see the solar eclipse. But I'm trying to establish this moment. This is all a part of storyboarding. It's like, now I see I have a story whole. This is trying to get to the point real quick. What is he doing? What is he doing? Is he leaning over to look at the water? Is he leaning over to pick up the box that he left on the ground? Or he dropped it? I mean, what am I trying to tell this in this action? What am I trying to say? Because all I have is Ginge in the background just lounging. Clearly he's just ready. Just knows what's going on. I did not put you on Do Not Disturb phone. I just realized that now. You know what? I'm gonna start drinking. This is for you, Kayla. Watermelon juice. All the flavor and none of the actual juice of a watermelon. Well, it does have 10% juice. It's more than most other drinks. Like Sunny D, doesn't that only have 5%? Yeah. Because, I mean, the point is to get to this character, the punchline. So is this the case? Because there's more of a point to that, just establish Ginge is clearly relaxed. And then throw it to the person where he's like throwing out the reminders like, don't forget that, don't forget this, and gosh, it's almost an hour. This is how long storyboarding is taking. See, I need to shrink my storyboarding timing down to like an hour. That's what it should be. Of course, there's also the conceptualized ideas that are coming around this that I'm trying to put in. It's always a weird feature. It's like somehow I like break this, but as soon as I right click it brings it back. It's ever since I got this new drawing screen. Is the box gonna be that small? I mean, at this stage, like, that's practically what I'm showing him doing, is just bending over and picking it up. But if this was the case, then I should probably have him instead of facing that way. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Facing that way. And if anything, you probably should start off right here. And there should be some more things on the ground then. Let's see if that's the case too. He should be smaller and probably up this way. And then I have Ginger actually closer to us to establish this shot. See? This is the whole planning. It's like, then maybe I should have him on the left side instead of how I framed it out where he's always on the right side. So by doing this establishing shot, I'm saying that this person will always be on the left-hand side if I'm doing perspective from his view, from the ocean view to them. Because I'm going to have him eventually staring out over the water, and obviously the main attraction is to see the eclipse and then watch it through a little box. See, in this case, this makes more sense to why he'd be leaning over. He's not leaning over into the water. The water's splashing up behind him. So maybe I have him further forward. I'll have Ginge right here where he's like kind of... Then the stuff is beside them. Yeah. Ginge brought over a chair instead of expecting to stand to watch. Well, for those that are watching and those that are curious, Wednesdays I'll be probably playing more games, because I decided I'd get a few while the summer sale was going. They're really cheap, and one of which I got was Outlast, so we can all see me scream like a little girl and cuss and swear as I try to tough my way through a very scary game. because the game reminds me of Fatal Frame, and the fact that you bring up a camcorder. I watched at least the trailer, and I go, yep, it's gonna be a bunch of jump scares that are all gonna freak me out, and all I'm gonna do is like, I don't want to turn to the right because it's right there. I don't want to turn to the right. But of course, the animation will probably go, nope, you didn't want to turn this way, we're gonna make you anyways. But that's a game that reminds me of like a Five Nights at Freddy's, trying to you get a little bit further each time. So it's the roguelike games, but in scary, because your character can't fight back. So it's like, so it's not fight or flight, it's all flight. There, I like this a lot more. I feel better about that. I shrank him up a little bit more for this, this big moment. Heck, I can make him a little bit bigger and maybe even make Ginger closer to us. But this is kind of getting an idea of the whole layout. So on this layer, now yes, I am drawing a bit more. I'm also kind of getting an idea for what the assets look like, a bit more so. This is supposed to be a lounge chair, really nice lounge chair, one of those ones where you lay out and display yourself, usually besides pools. But Jin just said, like, yeah, I want to bring that. How does that locking mechanism work? Isn't it? I mean, it's... Yep, cut that off. That was way off. Loop, 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 loop. Typically how they work themselves. Okay. Then... and this is Ginge. Yeah, we went back to that iconic swoop, 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 swoop. There, no matter what angle it is, it's always that direction. Actually, it's probably what it's gonna be, because this is supposed to be his ideal haircut. Which is not mine, because, obviously, mine is more bald. got? Big ol' feet. There we go. Actually, I've established quite a bit more that his body is up this high. I drew it wrong. That's what I did. That's right. You're a separate layer. That's good. That's part of what we're doing is make sure I get this. As close to right as possible, right? So here's the really bare minimum. There's the flat version. We don't want it. So the main thing is, I guess I'm gonna spend most of my time trying to establish where they are in the world to one another spatially, and get an idea of the background, and then I can make the other shots each frame with a lot more idea of like this is where the placement of everything is, in a sense. It's a very helpful tool if you're feeling lost and like, I'm not sure exactly how I want to portray that. So draw your characters. Get them to populate the world. Allow them to live in it in many ways. And a lot of what I'm doing, like even though this is a webcomic, it's supposed to be quick and easy, a lot of what I'm doing is also good practice for drawing of the comic book I'm really gonna throw myself at. Which is going to be a different art style, which is another reason why, like, this one is supposed to be quick, easy, and not meant to be hyper-realistic. And I'd say neither is the other one. The other one's not going to be hyper-realistic. I want something that helps with the comedy aspect of it. Oh yes, got that. There you go. That looks kind of a wonky thumb, but all works. Wondering if I should put him a... Who wants to see some hairy ginger legs? Yeah, we have it there. And then... So between the two of them... We can say that we got... Establishing as a really large cooler, I guess. Typically, we got this interesting cylinder on one side. Sometimes it's just a nice little divot there just to go, oh, this is where the handle is established. So they've been out here for a while. How about this? There, some cans in a bag. Because they're not trashy, they don't throw it about. We don't make horrible messes. Make sure we clean them up. And then what is he? Picking that up. But why would he be picking up from here? Must be there's another bag. Or some container. In that case, maybe it is just a nice little... Just trying to establish it. A nice little bag. So you pulled it out of a bag that he brought. There's a handle at the top. Yeah. So I have a cooler, bag of trash. And that's just their immediate space. So what do I have in the distance here? Gotta keep it simple enough, but enough to understand. Yeah, I don't like that first mark.
Ah, making another thing bouncy.
How does that look with? Nope. And you can see how much Gin is covering, but at the same time how much is coming through. Yeah. So yeah, by removing him out of the picture, I can just draw what I believe is necessary, and then we can resituate to make it fit. Oops. Just trying to establish some rocks. Ha! I did change the blue, because that's what was messing with it. Go back to the blue I actually want. Try not to spend too much time on this little peninsula of rock that comes out and that we just crash up against, kind of as a break point. I want to establish it, like how far. I think even then it comes back and around. Just trying to make squiggles and try to make them, because when it comes down to making these details, this is out of focus. This is definitely just enough to make sure it's like, yeah, we understand. Figure 8. And again, I'm maybe I need to make sure I have some steps. railings. Everything is going to that one point. Gotta get to the point. Maybe there is some sort of tree. All I know is that there's not any sun back there, but yeah, the rest just sand. Maybe we establish that there's two crabs fighting. Way down the way. Right? But this is all supposed to be night. Because it's getting darker, so they need a source of light. Not necessarily, because actually one of the things they're doing is it's getting to that point. And it's not, an eclipse doesn't necessarily happen at night either. It's supposed to get really dark. My goodness. It's like I'm forgetting the whole science of it, the whole idea of what it is. Okay, so I feel like he's actually bigger, so therefore he's closer. Yeah, now we can see a bit more of the other things. But yeah, Ginge was a jerk and brought only one for himself. No other seats. Or he was the only one out of the two of them that thought of it. So again, this is me having more of an idea of what is going on. But take away that, it still makes sense. Now I'm curious to where the heck is the... There it is. Therefore you should always be at the bottom. Yeah, this is me not labeling. The darker portion of where the water comes up. And now you see that sinks into the sand a bit. Yep, some footprints. I don't have to be this detailed, really. But, you know, it doesn't hurt to just do it for the sake of just a simple establishing shot. And of course, I feel like this is just gonna go off to nothingness. Night. And then of course out of focus. Because if I use this as the establishing shot, this is pretty well establishing. We're on a beach. We're outside. We are. Ginge is obviously set up to just lounge, and his friend is grabbing the eclipse box so they can watch. Yeah. I think I've pretty well established that first shot. Now this is going above and beyond what I normally would do for some of these things. But that's where I have to start getting to this point. It's like the more I do of this kind of storyboard, the better off I'm gonna be in the long run. Because then I'll have an idea. Because like this is just, this will say, nope, not at all. Should be, say 18. Oh no, you did go 17. This will be. An establishing shot. So first frame. I still feel like I might need to shift a lot of the action further to the left, because my framing of everything seems just too shoved onto one side. Well, let's see what it'd look like if I start moving everything over. It's not like he. There. Oh, a lot better because I'm using more of the framing. Because this is the kind of stuff I need to do. I never did this in the others, but a lot of times like, even those don't have a. Was it? Oh, oops! Didn't mean to hit that. Anyways. Nope. Let's get back to what that's what we want. So obviously each comic I want to give some love to and establish a lot of this. And that's what I'm gonna start doing, especially like on Saturdays. You're going to see me sitting down more, doing this, hashing out the storyboard, and then inking everything and getting coloring done throughout the week. And I'll start getting to more of a groove of this because all during that quarantine and COVID, I was working really, really hard. Cause I had a day job still during that as an essential worker, so yeah. So I really got out of sorts at trying to continue on, and that was unfortunate. Because I had so many ideas, especially with the Cthulhu idea, the baby Cthulhu named Greg. Hey, Greg. I like how the green screen makes it just fade out. But if we get it close enough, does Greg show up? In this very creepy way, actually. Look at that. That's actually the kind of creepiest thing, is that if you really look at this, the part that's missing is actually Greg. And there you go, you can see the little tentacles. Yeah, but there's little Greg in my little green bottle. My Cthulhu in a bottle. But yeah, I like how this how I established this first frame. So this is the new first frame. Get rid of that. Now I do like that perspective a little bit more. So a lot of what I was doing with this one is to kind of get an idea. But it'll definitely be heavily tweaked. And this is also to give me an idea of the whole, where they are in the relation of one another. So I have Ginge lounging, and I have his friend, standing up, retrieving the box at this stage. So this is establishing the whole scene, whole part of it. And it's not night. I need to reword that. But it is out of focus. And a rock wall, which I'll take more care at drawing rocks. But they're going to be really quick, easy, and I'm probably just going to end up painting a bunch of gray and then just putting some hinted to lines throughout it. Because I really want to spend as little time on that background as possible. Enough to understand where they are, but not so much where I'm just spelling it out. Or making it a hero of the moment. Because I'm not, and I won't. Yes. I think that's going to be the horizon point. Yeah, because this is where everything leads to, but everything is just going to break away from there. Wet sand, wet sand, wet sand, wet sand. There. All right then. Oh. So. So I've recreated an establishing shot. So then how do we rework 2? Now 2, we have a better idea. Now that I have this, I know what to expect. And at the same time, they're not standing this direction to one another. And I've now established, also with this establishing shot, this is one key thing to try to keep in mind, is that, one, I'm probably going to keep Ginge on the left-hand side of the frame, while his friend's on the right. And so no matter which way I orient them, which way I'm having the frame set up, I'm always going to have Ginge drawn on the left side of the frame with his friend on the right. So when I change camera angles, it still makes sense. That's hence another reason of establishing shot. We get an idea of where everything's supposed to be in the relative world that it's made in. So, like I said, this one is obviously backwards to what it should be. Essentially, it should be this. Really, that's what it should be. And now it's like, I keep forgetting, like, every time you mirror something, it's like, oh yeah, it looks right from that train. It's like, not from that side. But we have to reestablish this shot as more of like a mid shot and full shot of Ginge in the background, and then possibly some simple background just of rocks and railing and just because I can draw all that in. I've already technically told you where we are, and if I frame them up in such a way and I just kind of go, here's some color streaks. At the same time, I have a lot of dynamic that I can get going. Is that I can have like this closer, I can have it be from over Ginger's shoulder as he's looking over to his friends. It's like you get a side profile and you see the friend fully. So I have a few options for this shot. But again, Ginger's always going to be on the left, friend is on the right. That's how I'm going to keep this. That's how I'll make sense of it. Flip this and just see how crazy that is. I like flipping things because it definitely like plays in the imagination, the mind. I don't know, maybe actually I prefer this direction overall, really. Because that's another thing, is like maybe I prefer to have Ginge on the right hand side compared to the left. Because that's part of what I'm seeing here now is like, maybe I do like it backwards or mirrored essentially from where it was. It's in the mirror world. Yeah. It's probably because I draw a lot of things with characters mainly on the left-hand side being the main focus. And this just throws in a whole different perspective. So it's not bad. It's actually kind of more interesting. Plus, actually, now that I think about it, if I go and I get closer to the left shoulder of Ginge and look over it, and he's doing this and he's looking at his friend, we can also then establish that there's a solar eclipse happening in the back in frame 2. So you immediately go, okay, there's some shit going on in the back. There's something going down here. Plus, then also I can just throw in like, hey, look, there's water. Make it real easy with just a nice subtle blue and then a moon in the background. Best conditions, because there'll be no clouds. How often does that happen? Actually, again, yeah, I kind of like it flipped that way. Dang it all. So if we do this, that go in here. I don't think there's a quick, easy way. Yeah, I'd have to shift everything over. Crud. Unless... Oh, will it let me? It will let me do it that way. And then, of course, I can. So now I have it flipped. Ooh, freaky double world. Opposite world. So that's how I established it originally. This is what it flipped. Now I do feel like I want to tighten up this frame. And one of which is... So this is the other possibility. Okay. So which one do I want? Well, first off, I know I'm gonna redo. Now again, am I establishing Ginge is on the right and then Friend is on the left, or vice versa? Gotta make that choice now. Of course, it's not like I couldn't do the same thing I just did, is flip all the frames and then kind of rough them out again to be... So the idea is that we got Wiggle Head. Ginge. Kind of just did an idea like. When we did see. Do-do-do-do-do-do. This is the... something crazy like this. Kind of just happing this in. So I do that. Ugh. Way too big hand. Yeah, it's just it's where it works. Do I want them hanging off the edge, or do I need them more in frame? Because then I need to shift it more. Because then you only there, so the body has to be. My camera angle needs to be better. All right. Yeah, look at this established shot. Look at this. Look at this shot. Look at this shot. If I was to take a camera and like scrunch it right against his shoulder, I'm looking down upward, right? Yeah, because he's on a lower level. This is the part where having a three-dimensional space setup is really good, and that's why I need to get off my butt and finish setting up Blender for myself again. Because I really realized how long ago I used that. And it's like, wow, I've really neglected this precious tool of mine that I've like put hundreds of hours into working in and making other things. And it's like, wow, I just Was it that one? Find no love from me. Okay. Showing you the back of his head. Do 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 do. I really do need to work on that perspective of my characters' heads, because now we're looking at a 3/4 away. Okay, so if we're looking at our camera, let's be going. Let's be looking that direction. Then up. Which essentially does actually make his, yes, which does make his friend small. Seeing that would have to be flipped. So I want his friend to always have that. Like he is going to be. His friend should always be on the left side, so yeah, that would be flipped. So his friends would be on that side. So I'm trying to look at the next frame also to get an idea of how what my character is what Ginger's friend's doing. Uh-oh. Which way is his body facing? Which way his body should be facing the person he's talking to? Unless he's trying to turn away. What action? I've lifted it up. I can then square my body. Well, his body was already kind of squared off to Ginge. Now his face, would I make him straight on from that? Which would still kind of make him... Because if he's straight on, he's actually technically looking that direction. Scusi. Because then he's looking off that. So in this case, I've established that it's like he's already squared off, and now he's kind of off from that. So he is 3/4 turned away. Okay, given that. Shoulders forward, this one's, and I'm drawing it backwards because this should actually be, from my perspective, this is up higher, this is down lower. Ooh, is that right? That should be right. That should be right. That should be how it is. And what feels wrong? You know why? This typically turns into, when it's from that angle, into one of these. So it makes a little bit more sense. But in this case, it should be more just a straight line. A little bit of curve to hint towards which direction, but... Nope! We got that going. Then now I am establishing by being able to see these fingers. This box is not huge. His hand is huge. That's what I'm trying to do here. That unruly shit. Okay. That's not how you draw that hand. Yep. Wrong way. Is that how we do this? No. Hands, Bane. Bane hands. Bane hands? I've given this whole reel, I've like established that this is clearly a whole nother perspective too. I've made him this like larger than life, like boom. It's like that's the wrong perspective still. Clearly we need to just draw this friend and get him situated. Because that's another thing, it's like the head's like clearly I've made it too high up. Do I have a more of a box and an open hand, or is it? Yeah, it's kind of. I feel like I'm going to draw that thumb last, because I want to get these fingers in the right... Yep. We clearly can't draw that hand. Not the way I want to. So that's really a case. It's like I want to draw it. Thumb outward, but that's not how the hand, how the wrist. I feel like I'm trying to make it more of a bundled fist, and it really is just knuckle. Come out and play. Come out and play. Come out and play. Essentially, that's closer than I had been getting. But now I made a stubby thumb. Spent way too much time on that. Ah, crud. And there it is. That's annoying to see. Of course, all I'm getting is these little spinners. Alright, I've been doing this for 2 hours. Probably going a little cross-eyed. So clearly I got a lot more storyboarding to do for this. Oh, okay, maybe I've been sitting a little too hard in this chair here. But that is that normally is what happens. So we're starting to wrap this up. Yeah. I'm clearly need to change my position in this chair because it's getting a little rough. Yeah. It's amazing how little my mouth looks like it moves when I'm looking at it through like the side. Like the mustache, it hides so much of my lips. So that's a clear animation trick too. If you want to make it easy on yourself, give your character a mustache, and then just move the said mustache. It's actually kind of a quick, easy way to do certain characters. If you simplify some characters, you can give a little bit more focus to others, right? But given that, again, August 7th is when really cool Comic-Con's going to occur. I do have a table there. I will be there. I'm even planning on going to Great Lakes Expo. Once they open up the sign up for the tables on August 1st, I'm going to try to grab a table right then and there. So that'll be another one, and then we'll see about the holiday one because that doesn't open up until like October 10th. And, the Great Lakes one is October 9th. I did say 10th a few times before today, but I figured out again it's the 9th. And December 11th is the other one. So those are 2 other shows that I'm gonna really try to gun for because one, it's right in my neck of the woods, real close to home. And then you get a few more shows in before the end of the year. And, because I haven't gone to any conventions. Going to these conventions, these 3 conventions will be my first ones for this year. So really cool. Comic-Con, of course, being the first one. Where I will be debuting, if you watch back, the enamel pin designs. All those designs of the sword and the shield, I will be offering that up on the table. That'll be the first place that they can be purchased. And right now they are in the middle of production. I got them on the first phase of actually making them. Hopefully I'll see a picture next week, and maybe I could share that with you guys once I get that done, or get that thrown my way, and let you guys all see that. But I could definitely and when everything is done, said and done, I will go over those videos from the streams and see if I can cut them down and do some different narration and make them into nice little 15-minute chewable little morsels of information where I go over everything, speed draw across the screen with the ability to edit. But that's a goal, that's an idea. And if you like any of these ideas, like anything at all, then hit like, hit subscribe, hit the follow. It helps everyone else find us too here. I appreciate any time you have the opportunity to come by, because I know I ask quite a bit when I do these live streams for 2 hours long, and it's nice knowing that there are people that go out and watch them. I guess I might have a decent voice. But I'm gonna leave it with that so I can get my butt up out of this chair for a while. Go probably get some other work done too, because I have a lot of writing. A lot of writing. And then of course a lot more planning and such for the con. Make sure I got everything on their way shipped to me so I can have it shown to you right there. Now what I plan to be offering is also a lot of the stuff that you've seen throughout the whole streaming process. And actually I've realized when I was taking a look at it, I have a lot more than I thought. So maybe one of these streams I should probably just go on and start cleaning up some of them, making them prepped and ready to present to you there on the floor at my artist corner. And of course, given that like this is a year with, you know, practically no more than 3 hours a day, I'd say, to be able to draw, and some of those days I'm spending most of it just writing or reading on something about it. So very little amount of time for my artwork, it seems, and that's why I know that Ging Snaps has been getting neglected, because I've been trying to really establish a whole bunch of things, a lot of ideas. And you know, I'm like I said, I might be thinking of a bunch of things, but I'd still like to know what you all think. If you have an opportunity, leave a comment, you know, down below. Send me a direct message or something that you're interested in that you haven't jumped into yourself, because really, I'm open for a lot of possibilities. I can take this any which way. That's the point. So, be all, you know, get up all in my face about it if you really want to. Really ask me what can be done. Because I'd like to show more, but I also want to know what it is everyone wants to see. So, remember to message if you have a question, have anything at all, or just curious. I'm also willing to just sit there and kind of talk back and forth on an idea if you really have one. If you're really trying to work on something, let me know. I want to encourage, because you know it's always nice, you know, nice to have that little extra, little helping hand. Unless you have an ego like, you know, mine, which I just sit there and pump myself up all day, and then that's cool too. But again, like, share if you like what you saw. I'm very disorganized with my endings here, because I'm like, did I go over everything? And I probably repeated myself at least a dozen times on certain things. So with that, I will finish it out and say, this is the BoogieMan dancing out of here. I'll catch you critters later. Bye.